Hello, my name is Stephanie Brown, and I've been asked to present my research findings on AAF Roanoke's Create-a-thon event. I know I have just a few minutes on your agenda, so I'll be as efficient as possible with the information. Let's get started. What is Create-a-thon? Create-a-thon is a 24-hour, work-around-the-clock creative blitz during which local advertising, marketing, and public relations professionals generate marketing services for local nonprofits. Volunteers work through the day, night, and into the next morning to provide the nonprofit organizations with collateral ranging from websites, photography, videos, social media, and print campaigns. The event is the public service initiative for Roanoke, Virginia's chapter of the American Advertising Federation, or AAF Roanoke. So now I'll go over our goals for this project. This initiative is promoting and hosting a Create-a-thon event. Specific goals include securing the right amount and the right kind of participation. Essential to this initiative is securing participation from the key senior advertising professionals in the area. AAF Roanoke started participating in Create-a-thon in 2008. The first year was successful, enjoyed a great deal of participation. The second year's creative works garnered many advertising awards. Participation somewhat waned in the third and fourth years, with more junior level professionals and students participating than key agency creatives. That year, however, ran flawlessly in terms of logistics. Tying those two pieces together is key to the success of the 2014 event. Let's talk about our audience. The current key goal that the campaign strives for is securing several agency principals, creative directors, and senior advertising experts in the area as volunteers and team heads for the event. Here I've included an infographic that outlines some key characteristics of a creative director. Meet John, our buyer persona. John is 45 with a bachelor's degree. He was recently a senior member of an ad agency creative staff, but now is a sole proprietor of his own business. He's married with one child, active in his community, loves his job, and makes around $85,000 a year. Having John on board is essential in recruiting the remainder of the volunteers for this event because they want to work with John. They've heard he's a creative genius, and they want to be as successful as John. Working alongside the senior members of the industry is a key motivator for participation by younger, less experienced volunteers. They have unprecedented access to and the opportunity to interact with people they aspire to become. Create-a-thon is unique because its typical competitors would be advertising agencies or creative professionals who would provide services to the nonprofits. These are the very people who volunteer to work together in teams for 24 hours straight to provide these services free of charge. Because of the extremely condensed time commitment, participation shouldn't compete with other ongoing initiatives, and this is how we will set Create-a-thon apart from our other volunteer opportunities. Our biggest strength is the overwhelming positive view of the event within our community. Our most obvious weakness is that we may encounter volunteer burnout. Nearly every creative professional in our market has participated in one of these events since 2008. Many may consider participation in the event once to be enough, but because it's only 24 hours, we feel strongly that a reinvigorated campaign will be effective. A key opportunity is a new connection with the National Executive Director of Create-a-thon. Her support will be ongoing and will be extremely useful in the long-term success. Our biggest threat is events and other commitments competing for volunteer time. We are very lucky in the fact that the event is overwhelmingly positive and there are no legal issues or otherwise negative factors to mitigate. Now let's talk about our initial research findings. What we've discovered is there is significant research on volunteer motivation. While we don't have time to go over each piece here, this information is relevant and substantiates our initiative. These slides show research about motivations to volunteer. I've also included another infographic here that outlines some key motivators for volunteerism. And we have additional research on the impact that volunteering has on the bottom line of the nonprofits that benefit. There are printed copies available for you as you leave for more in-depth reading. What I would like to point out is a quote from one nonprofit Create-a-thon volunteer. Create-a-thon does more for me than it ever does for the nonprofits we help. It teaches me lessons. It humbles me. It makes me a better person. An event like Create-a-thon allows for a strong emotional connection for the volunteer because they are identifying with both who they are as a creative professional and with their community by donating their time. Because of prior involvement with Create-a-thon, We feel there's a strong feeling of positivity toward the event, and our initial research shows that career development is a psychological motivator for volunteerism. And early research confirms our initial hypothesis that it is critical for senior members of the ag community to participate in Create-a-thon for its long-term success. What are the next steps? There is a need for additional research, measuring market awareness, key motivators from past participants, and key detractors from non-participants. Our research plan is simple. We have set some goals that are specific, measurable, relevant, and time-bound. Our goals are to uncover key motivational factors, specifically factors from past Create-a-thon participants that will be essential in developing strong messaging to recruit new volunteers. Determining current market awareness will assist in creating messaging and also assist in developing the longevity of the event as AAF Roanoke's signature public service initiative. The first research objective will be to determine volunteer motivational factors. These will be conducted via one-on-one personal interviews. This is to obtain qualitative data on motivational factors for volunteers, gauge level of interest for future participation, and determine necessary elements of the event that will ensure successful longevity. The second objective will be to determine the current level of market awareness. It will be conducted via an online survey sent out to more than 1,000 recipients, and the data will be interpreted and analyzed by Create-a-thon committee members. These research goals are to obtain quantitative data on market awareness, qualitative data on motivators to participation and detractors from participation, and to determine quantitative data on interest in future participation. Are there any questions? I'd like to thank you for your time. We would like to get started with this research, so can we get a green light to proceed?